Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? Instagram family, YouTube, and Facebook. What's going on? We are live, okay? And I'm not going to be here long at all. I'm going to be in and out. I promise you that. Want to earn the rights to your time. But first and foremost, I want to say welcome. Welcome to all of you who are tapping in, whether this is your first time. Hopefully you will come back around and hang with your girl, Dr. Worlds. And welcome back to all of those who always come and sit with me, sup with me. And, we family. We locked in. Shout out to y'all. I want to ask you really quickly before I go ahead and get started talking, please share this with somebody. Okay. It helps me beat the algorithm, which you are about to see. Okay. What we're fighting up against, what we're up against, I always say is man versus machine, because it really is man versus machine. And if you don't tell this machine, okay, that this is a video that should be recommended in somebody's feed or, someone's timeline, then it will just sit where it's at. Okay. I don't want to do that because I know that I am sent here. I did not call myself here. I did not say, hey, stop what you're doing and come by here. I'm literally fishing. That good old word of God said that we ought to be fishers of men. And so I want to make sure that none of my cousins, okay, are asleep. Or if you are waking up, that you are fully awake and you are aware and you are ready to go. And I also do not want any of my good people to miss out on the best opportunity of your life, of history, of anybody in your family or your dispensation of time. Okay. I'm leading with this. I'm opening this up so that you can see it yourself. Don't take my word for it. Take these people's word for it. Because y'all know I come by here all the time and I tell y'all what they say. And I tell y'all what they say so that you can do something different where you don't be a part of what they're planning for humanity. Okay. Elon Musk, which is a well-prominent figure. He is a filthy lucre, rich man. Okay. A billionaire, probably multi-billionaire. Now who has a lot of influence around the world, not just in the United States of America. This is a actual African American, right? He was born in Africa. Now is a citizen of America, has a lot of, has amassed a lot of wealth through government contracting. And now he gets to sit on the board of the people who gets to predict who lives and who don't, who works and who will not. Okay. What you'll have and what you will not have. This man that you see on the screen. Okay. Y'all gonna hear me talk about it over here. You can actually go and look it up on Google yourself. Just type in these keywords right here. Elon Musk said there's no need to save money because of universal high income. Just type in those keywords and it will pull up exactly what the image that I'm showing them over here is right there at your fingertips. All you got to do is type. They just left the World Economic Forum, which many of us know. And if you don't know, you ought to know, because that is where the board, that is where the chess pieces on the board games are played at the WEF. That is a group of evil men, okay, if I must say, that come together once a year. They didn't came together several times a year, especially to accelerate their 2030 agenda. Sometimes they have failed. Now they're on track. They feeling so confident that things that were supposed to unfold in 2030 is now happening in 2026 and will continue to happen even more so in 2027, moving, into 2030 where they're supposed to have this whole total digital infrastructure, okay? Digital prison for people that are not prepared. With that being said, I want to let you know, first and foremost, cash is trash. That's why they're telling people don't go to medical school anymore. It's a waste of time. Don't save money anymore. That's a waste of time. Either we're going to give you the income that is needed because we get to control what you do, what you spend, how you live, even more than what we control it now. I titled this, Whatever Occupies You, Possesses You, or Controls You. That's just bottom line. Whatever occupies you, possesses you, or controls you. That's another word for possession. If they get to control how many hours we work, how much we make, okay? If we are occupied with living this American dream and trying to work as hard as we can, pay our taxes, be everyday American law-abiding citizens, that is occupying our time, that is occupying our energy, that is occupying our mindset, because that is what we are focused on. So because that is occupying us, it controls us. It tells us when we can take a break, when we can't, when we can take time off, when we can't, how much money we can make, how much we can't make. If we don't need you anymore, then we don't need you anymore. If we need you, then we'll keep you and pay you what we want to pay you, okay? And then at the end of the day, which is really demonic in my eyes, in my opinion, is for you to use people like that. I cannot be mad at them. I have to be 1000% transparent. I can't be mad at them even though it's evil. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We are living in a Cain system, okay? Cain is the first one who came up with a system outside of God. When they were expelled from paradise, where all of their needs were met and where everything that they ever could dream of or imagine was right there at their fingertips, they chose to do otherwise. And then the offspring of that decision, which was Cain, decided to build a system where you don't have to rely on God. You can rely on work. You can rely on your muscle. You can rely on us giving you money. You don't have to rely on God. You don't have to rely on trusting him. You don't have to rely on investing or even, obeying his principles. You can do it this way. And this way is our way. Okay. So we've been locked in that system. That's all our parents and grandparents know is how to work. This is not nothing new under the sun. This is exactly what Pharaoh did to the Israelites way back in Egypt when they had to be delivered from their oppressor because these greedy men decided that we will control how much labor these Israelites will do, how fast they will do it, how much they will make, how many children they can have. They controlled everything up until the point that they were in, way over their heads and they could not get their own selves out. Fast forward to 2026, we in a similar situation. These people have got powerful by their financial status. And now that they are so powerful, they get to dictate who's going to get this. Oh, well, you can't work over here in our establishment if you ain't got that. Oh, well, you know what? You don't want to obey with this, then you can't fly on our aircrafts. You can't enter into our buildings. Okay? If you ain't bearing that or you don't have this to show us, then you can't travel out of the country. Oh, no, you can't go hang with your neighbor or gather with your family. Control. So now they're telling you by their own admission, not mine, that there's no need for you to go to school anymore. It's a waste of time. And there's no need for you to try to work and get all this money and save your way, into the American lie. Not the American dream, the American lie, where you work 40 hours for 40 years and retire off of 40% of that income after we get our taxes for you doing all the work. No, you don't have to do that anymore. We will give you universal high income, not basic, because basic is about $500. But not only will we give you universal high income, we will also give you universal high health care. That is too much control. You get to control what we put in our bodies, how we shop. If we're spending too much over here, then you get to say, hey, you know what? We need to dock you, or we need to put a freeze on your funds because you're buying too many Marlboros. Okay? Or we saw that you had an excessive amount of Patron. So, we're going to freeze your funding. Oh, you haven't been a good citizen and you've used too much electricity. We're going to limit how much output of electricity you are able to use. This is a demonic agenda and a demonic assignment, okay? And if we don't do something rapidly fast, like I always say, and we'll continue to do so, if you don't have a means of doing something rapidly fast, you won't make it. You just won't make it, okay? They have already paced 1 million robots to be produced this year, and they will start selling them next year. If you think them laying off thousands over here, 10,000s over here, I'm not talking about one or twos. Hey, 2 of you guys are fired. We got to cut down on the staffing. Thousands. And if they're telling you, okay, we didn't already booted out lawyers, you go to ChatGPT and get legal information. They just came out and said, hey, ChatGPT will no longer be able to give you lawyer information. People were learning how to stop evictions. People were learning how to represent their own selves in a court of law. People were learning how to repair their credit. So they try to go in and say, hey, ChatGPT, you cannot give medical advice or legal advice anymore. But guess what the people did? To hell with ChatGPT, we'll go over here to Claude. And if Claude don't want to give it to us, we'll go to that Chinese app called DeepSeek and we'll get it from them. We don't need to have Legal Shield. We don't need to have all of that anymore. You can go in and ask who own the prison systems, who are investors in this, who are investors in that. You can go in and pretty much get any answer that you need. Because all ChatGPT, all that does, all this open AI does is search the web faster than you. If I needed to go and do a research paper on a book I've never read, I can literally go to ChatGPT, Claude, DeepSeek, all of those other ones, Google, Gemini. I can go there and say, hey, this is the name of the author. I need to research. I need you to pull footnotes. I need you to cite sources. I need you to pull me the meat out of the story. Write me up a 15-page research paper on this and then deliver it to me in a PDF file. And boom, in 60 seconds, it's done. It thinks smarter than a human. It's 1,000 times faster than a human. Okay, it doesn't go to sleep. It don't get sick. It doesn't take breaks. So this is why they have, and they tried this in 2015. It did not work. They tried it in 2020. It did not work. Okay, it failed. They weren't ready. They did not have the technology. Now they have the technology, and now they have the data centers that's going to power the technology to have flying vehicles. We won't need human beings to do a lot of the things that we have been accustomed to. Okay. The number one reason why it is so very important. So very important. Not unless this is your cup of tea. If this is your cup of tea, you can exit left. I'm really not here for you. But this is not for me. And I know that God sent me here for the other ones that it is not for either. So I'm talking to you What can we do to get out of the matrix? Bottom line, what can we do to get out of this matrix? What can we build so that we don't have to succumb to being a part of this dictatorship, literally, this beast system? Same thing the Bible talked about. The Bible did say he will cause all men, not some, all men, both rich and poor, small and great, to receive the mark, lest they be not able to buy, sell, or trade. You're going to have to do it. There's no way you can live without doing so. Okay? There's no way you can live without having a way to go and provide for you and your family. You won't even have a family. And they just set this up so well, okay, that if you don't have a job and you can't provide for your kids, and them is no longer your children, it's their ward of the state. They have to come in. They know very much so what they are doing, and they're setting this thing up. They're setting the stage up. Let me see if I can go find that other wheel real quick just so y'all can see it again. Hold on. Because I want y'all to see what their goal is and what they're moving towards. And 2030 is not far away. It's literally like 3 years and about 10 months. That is not far. 3 years and 10 months. That is not a long time away. They want to have all of this done in 3 years and 10 months. And everybody should be aware that nothing comes overnight, okay, but a dream. Nothing comes overnight but a dream. It takes time to build things. It takes time to see harvest. And while you have the time to build you something today that your tomorrow, your future will say thank you for, is now. We don't have a lot of time. So this is going to be a little bit blurry, okay? We're going to go over this 2030 agenda so you can see it for yourself. So when Elon Musk say, hey, you know what? There won't be no need to save and no need to go to school, no need to work. Why? Because we will dominate and control everything. I will turn the camera around so y'all can see. Okay, we're going to start at the top. First things they want to take over is healthcare. And I will try to strain my eyes to read the fine print, okay, up underneath each section. So by 2030, they plan on, well, first, let's go to the middle, okay? Digital ID, our identity, will be connected to entities. That's what this is right here. Digital identity will be connected to entities. This is the building structure. Devices, you know, cell phones, laptops, computer, things. I don't know what that represents, but whatever things represents, that's what these things are, and people. Okay? This is a family, a circle of family. So digital identity will be connected to those 4 things. First and foremost on the list, we're going to go counterclockwise. Healthcare. Healthcare for users to be able to access insurance, treatment to monitor health conditions. Let me see what this word say. I don't know what this word say. I think it say, medications. Okay. So health devices, medications for care providers to demonstrate their qualifications. Verifications, my bad. verifications. Okay, so healthcare will have digital ID, our digital identity, for users to be able to access our resources, excuse me. So for us to be able, and remember, it's blurry, so I got to play with it in and out, okay? Get my eyes to focus on what that says. So for users to access their services, to get treatment, have your health monitored, have any devices, and verifications for care providers to demonstrate their qualifications. Digital ID will be connected to that. Financial services, okay? To open bank accounts and to carry out online financial transactions. Financial services will need digital identity to be able to open bank accounts and to carry out online financial transactions. Food and sustainability, okay, for farmers and consumers to verify governance of produce, to enhance value, and to what does that say? To enhance value and to that is really blurry. Can't see what this bottom line say, okay? But it says for farmers and consumers to verify governance of produce, to enforce value and something in supply chain, okay? And to maybe participate in supply chain. Say so food and sustainability. Digital ID will be connected to travel and mobility, to book trips, to go through border control between counties or regions. So travel and mobility, to book trips, to go through border control, and to book trips to go through border control between counties or regions. Between counties or regions. Humanitarian responses, to access services and to demonstrate qualifications to work in a foreign country. So in order to work in a foreign country, you will have to have digital identification. In order to travel and have mobility, you will have to have digital identification. To be able to eat, for farmers and consumers to verify governance of produce, to entrance value and something in supply chain, okay? Financial services, to open up bank accounts, to carry out online financial transactions. Healthcare, for users to access resources. Treatment, to monitor health. Devices, verification for care providers to demonstrate their qualifications. Now let's go down here to the middle. E-commerce, to shop, to conduct business transactions and secure payments. What in the hell? You need a digital identity. You need a digital identity for social platforms, for social interactions, to access third-party services that rely on social media logins. E-government, for citizens to access and use services, for you to vote, for you to register for businesses, for you to conduct business, and for benefits. So, file taxes, for customers to access and use services, to file taxes, to vote, to conduct business, and receive benefits. You're going to need digital ID. And the last two is telecommunications, for users to own any devices, for service providers to monitor devices and data on their network. And up here, to monitor devices and services transmitting data such as energy, air quality, traffic congestion, and usage. Man, listen here. Sounds really beastish to me. I don't know about you, but sounds very beastish to me. Okay? This is exactly what the Bible talks about, especially if you ain't familiar with the Bible. They want total control. Healthcare, financial services. You won't even be able to own a cell phone. You won't even be able to use a cell phone. You won't even be able to communicate, open up a bank account. You won't even be able to enter into a federal government building, receive any benefits, file your taxes, vote. You will not be able to have your health care, to access care providers, to monitor your health. You will not be able to get on social media. Yo, this is the number one reason why you need access to capital, why you need access to cash flow, why you need access to assets. This is the number one reason. Okay? Number one reason is you need to create your own ecosystem outside of this ecosystem so that you and yours won't become a victim to this. This is the very thing that God, whether you acknowledge him, know him, worship him, whatever the case may be, okay? You as a human being was not meant to be under this amount of control to any man. To any man. And if you got to have a digital, we done been already enslaved for hundreds and hundreds of years, just working in this system where you work first, pay them taxes next, and you get the rest to pay your bills, which goes back to them. That in itself have been a very impoverished system. But this right here is next level. This is Bible, okay? This is the word of God, indisputable. This is the B system. And my brothers and my sisters, we are warned, okay? We are warned not to partake in this. We were forewarned that this was going to happen. And we are being warned now that we best prepare. See, God is not a genie. He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He's God all by himself. He could have delivered the Israelites from Pharaoh when Pharaoh was on Elon Musk and what's this other dude name? What is his name from the Klaus Schwab? Bill Gates. Of their time, when they had men of their time, like we have these men of our time, controlling the narrative and the outcome. He could have just said, look, let me snatch mines up. I'm God, moving from A and put them over here to B. He did not do that. He actually made them. He gave them a warning. I'm about to deliver you. And the systems that have occupied you and control or possess you, you will now occupy and control and possess them. And not only am I going to give you back what was taken from you, I'm going to drown and kill your enemies. The very ones who did this to you. Okay? It's just simple as that. Black and white. The writing is on the wall. Here in 2026, he is sending the same message. These people have sought to imprison his people. And there will always be a way of escape for his people if they follow it. Now, let me let y'all in on a secret in case you didn't know. Every bank, every business, everything, okay, started by using somebody else's money. And that's one of the number one things that I come by here and I preach. And that is the only thing that I'm going to come by here and I'm going to preach. Why? Because not only has it worked for me, it is working for hundreds of others that I know. And they is out here running it up. And I'm not mad at them at all. I'm not mad at them at all. Not even a little bit. Get your lick back. Okay? Because that good book say, this time when you deliver us, we won't go empty-handed. You're not going to get to punish and imprison my grandmama and my great-great-grandmama. They were born into poverty. They lived their whole entire lives in poverty. And when they died in poverty. And that's just not cool on my watch. And you're not finna take this generation, my generation and the ones that preceded after me, down the same path. He always uses one and raise up one to say, hell no, we won't go. Okay? And this is a system that I'm not willing to tiptoe in, peek around and see what they got going on. Do I like this or should I stay out? I'm not double dutching, hopscotching. I'm not doing none of that with this system. I'm going to build with a community of other believers our own city. You understand me? That's what the Muslims is doing. Right on over there in Texas. That's what the Chinese is doing. That's what Bill Gates is doing right on over there in Arizona. Everybody just building their own communities, their own ecosystems to avoid this one. Because notice they did not say whoever don't take the mark will be put to F. Okay? They didn't say that. They say you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade. That's what it did say. And that's going to put people to F. If you can't eat, you're going to die of starvation. If you ain't got nothing to drink, you're going to die of starvation. Okay? If you ain't got no means to provide for you and your family, you're going to be homeless. The table's going to turn on a lot of people who bypass the homeless people. That's why that good old book said, those who are first shall be last. And those who are last shall be first. The tables always turn. Tables always turn. You know, them people we drive past with the sign saying, I work for food, I'm cold, I'm hungry, I'm homeless, you know, lost my house, lost my source of income, and we just ride on by. Yeah, a lot of people who fail to prepare will be in the same position, feeling exactly how they feel. It's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it, especially if you don't take control. See, God didn't say, hey, I'm going to have control. He said, no, you take control. That is the very first 6 things he told us to do after he created us, okay? Whether you know or you don't. He said, be fruitful. Well, you can't be fruitful unless you got fruit. And every single last one of us got seed in us. We don't have to, never had to go work for no other man. Never. Because it was already put in us. It's not on us, it's in us. Everybody have a gift. I don't care if you can play a harmonica. I don't care if you can braid your hair to the longest, Guinness World's Record. It don't matter if you have the longest fingernails or toenails. It don't matter if you can cook real good. If you can talk, you have the gift of gab. It doesn't matter if you have the gift of compassion. It doesn't matter if you have the ministry of helps, if you have the ministry of organizing. Okay. Everybody have a gift. and you are without excuse. So that's the number one thing. He said, be fruitful. You can't be fruitful unless you have seed. So we looking out, oh, they gonna give us a raise. No, you give yourself a raise. What's wrong with you? If you can go and work their business for 8 hours, you can work yours for 8 hours. If you can allow them or let them pay you to manage your time, and you can manage your own time. It's not about the gifts for everybody. Everybody wasn't built to be a businessman or a businesswoman. Who said that? That's a lie from the pits of hell. Because everybody was not supposed to work from the sweat of their brow unless they were cursed, like Adam. But if you know the second Adam, then you are no longer under that curse. But everybody that does not know the second Adam is under the curse. And they do have to work by the sweat of their brow so that they can eat for the rest of their life until they come from under that curse. But the very first instruction was be fruitful, meaning you got fruit in you. And then the second one was multiply, meaning the fruit in you supposed to be multiplying. You're supposed to be reciprocating what is inside of you, okay? If I'm a braider and I braided one person's head, then I need to braid the next person's head and the next person's head. Then they'll start talking about how good I braided their hair. And then I'll start having more heads to do, because more heads that I do, more people will get to talking about my business, my hair braiding business, and more people get to talk about my hair braiding business. More people will find out who I am and what my gift is. Bottom line, be fruitful, multiply. After you multiply, subdue the earth. Okay? Make it so big that now you start to take territory. Subdue the earth. Replenish the earth. Replenish the earth. Be fruitful, multiply, then start replenishing the earth. Put some in Africa. Put some in Ethiopia. Put some in Ukraine. Put some in Yemen. Put some everywhere. Replenish the earth. Then after you replenish, you're supposed to subdue it. Now I got stuff everywhere. I'm subduing the earth. There's nowhere that you can go that my brand, my business, my gift ain't in. Have dominion. Once you subdue a thing, you can dominate it. Hello, somebody. I'll give you the perfect example. McDonald's started with one hamburger. That was their seed. Hey, let me try to figure out how to make a hamburger that's not like nobody else. We're going to call it the Big Mac. And now that I done let people try my Big Mac and they say it's good and I done got some good feedback, I need to know how to multiply this thing. How can I make more than one of these? It's 20 people outside, yo. I need to feed 20. How can I simplify the multiplication? It'll take me this amount of time to make 20 hamburger patties. By the time them 20 hamburger patties is done, they've been and went and told somebody else. Now I got 20 more people. How do I simplify the multiplication? Oh, I'll get a machine that create burger patties. Now I'm replenishing my multiplication. I took one idea and learned how to make multiple. Okay. Oh, I'll take this one burger and learn how to make multiple. Now that I have learned how to multiply, I'm gonna put a McDonald's over here on Ponderosa Street. Then I'm gonna put one over here on Martin Luther King Boulevard. Then I'm gonna put one on Crenshaw. Okay, I'm replenishing my idea. Now I'm about to subdue. Hey, let me get one over there in Egypt. So when you go to a McDonald's in Egypt, it tastes the same way as a McDonald's in the United States burger. Same fries. I got a system. A system that knows how to peel the fries the right way, shoestring fries. How to make the patties, okay? How to fry the patties. How to bake the apple pies. I got a system. Now I'm subduing. And because I have subdued, now I'm dominating. There ain't no other McDonald's. Wendy's try to get close. Burger King try to get close. Okay. Jack in the Box try to. Ain't no other McDonald's. Ain't no other Burger Kings. Ain't no other Wendy's. Ain't no other KFCs. Ain't no other Panda Expresses. Okay. Ain't no other Popeye's chicken. What do they all have in common? What I just broke down to you. They took an idea. They multiplied that idea. They start replenishing that idea or distributing it in multiple places. Then they started subduing. And after they subdued, they dominated. You're supposed to be doing the same thing. They're no different than you. We're not supposed to be working. Even the disciples knew that. When Christ called his followers, he said, follow after me. I don't care what you got going on. Well, I'm a fisherman. So what? Well, I'm a fisherman. Okay, well, I'm going to make you a fisherman. Follow me. Okay? They didn't work physical labor work. They were tent makers. They were fishermen. They were tax collectors. Yes, they were. But after their come follow me, they were no longer that. They worked the works of he who had sent them. It's a totally different type of work. Paul said, I wish you would. This is Tawana-lations, okay? I'm giving you my reenactment of what Paul said when they said, hey, Paul, come wait these tables. And he said, excuse me? I must be about my father's business. Is you crazy? What I look like waiting tables? Find other men to wait tables that want to do that. I must be about my father's business. I'm too busy working for the master to be waiting tables for the masses. You got me messed up. Okay. That's Tawana's interpretation of what Paul told them. But Paul himself said, we ain't waiting no tables. Find other men to wait tables. That is slave labor, and you only receive slave wages. I beg it's not. And this ain't putting nobody's job down. We all start somewhere. We're not supposed to get stuck in the jobs. If you got to use it as leverage, use it as leverage. But there is a better way. Okay? And my time is almost up. You already know I'm always coming by here with a teachable moment because I'd rather massage your mind. That's where all the poison and the infiltration has taken place at in your mind. If you don't see yourself coming out, you'll never come out. If you don't see yourself doing something new, you'll never do it. If you don't think you can, Thomas, the choo-choo train, then you can't. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Before he knew it, he was at the top of that train track. Just by rehearsing to himself and believing with his eyes shut, I think I can. I think I can. And every time he thought, he got a little bit closer to the top. Because as a man thinketh, so is he. If this is cool and this is what your allotment in life is, then I'm not here for you. But if you know that you know, this is not my portion. And I am not finna get caught up in nothing like this. Nor am I finna hand over my children and those who God has entrusted in my care, whether you married and got a wife, or you married and you have a husband, whether you married and you have a husband, a wife, and some children, whether you are the care provider in your family, your mama took care of you and your daddy took care of you, now you're taking care of them. I don't care whether you're an uncle or you're an auntie, whoever who has been entrusted into your care. We're not handing over our families to these insane, demonic sons of Satan. And daughters too, because women are on board with this crap. And since y'all playing a game and this is how y'all got to this place, it's only right that I give my people the game and help them get to that same place. Cause they're not following the system that they created. I don't know if y'all know, but all those people that pushed for that in 2020 and say you can't come here and work here and do this and do that, them same people was not under those same regulations. There was no laws for them. I shared it. When I found out that you telling everybody else to do this and you yourself ain't did it and ain't gotta do it. Oh, okay. See, the law only applied to the consumers, to the sheep, because they don't own nothing. Just think if you own your own business, right? And they come and tell you, hey, you can't work in our business. So attitude is different. So what? Bye. I got my own business. Who cares if I can't enter into your business? So whoop-de-doo. But when you don't own no business, you buckle. A lot of people went online and say, man, I do not want to do this, but I have no other means to take care of my children. I would have sold flowers. You're not going to force me or punk me into doing anything. Because the same way you got to where you at, I can get to where you at. I just need somebody to show me. I just need somebody to teach me how to do what you did, and I can do that. And this is the reason why they don't teach you. And this is the reason why they charge a yin yang that they know it would take you 5 life savings to be able to pay to afford for the basic information. And when I say basic, I'm not saying, oh, that's just basic and it's stupid and it doesn't profit nothing. When I mean basic, it's simple. It's as simple as this. My name's Mary. I'm 46 years of age. I've been in debt all my life. I have a 500 credit score. I've worked all my life. I'm tired of working. Inflation is whipping my butt. But I just don't know what to do. Okay? And then somebody comes along and say, Mary, do you know what a 540, 40 more points, you can actually go and get a loan or go and get some finances? You can even go get some free money where your credit is not even pulled or affected. Just off of basically an idea? No, I did not know that. Tell me more. Okay. Well, if you want to go get a loan, then I got this play right here that'll actually help you get your credit together. And you can do this in a matter of a week or two. Have everything together. Have your credit looking together. Okay. You 46 years, but I can have some stuff on your credit report showing that you have had credit for the last 50 years and you only 46. We then boosted your score and got it well past a 540. Now I can go take you to go get you $250,000 to $1 million just off an idea. But what am I going to do with that money? You're going to go buy some real estate. You're going to go invest in some assets. Because now that you have used their money to go purchase this, to make you money, you have money to pay them back. Once you pay them back, everything else is yours free and clear. And if you spend the money the wise way, you can pay them back fast. You give me $1 million and say, for instance, 10,000 was due every month. I'm gonna take 200,000 out of that million, and I'm gonna just pay y'all off for 2 years straight up. Then I'm gonna go take 500,000, or I got 800,000 left. I'm gonna take 500,000 and go buy me a hotel. People need hotels every day. I'm gonna buy me a hotel that's generating like $1 million a month. After I pay my staff, after I pay for any repairs, put some money to the side, okay, I probably end up with about maybe $600,000-$700,000. Take $300,000 out for taxes, for my staff, and for maintenance or whatever. Okay, take 300 out. I'm left with about 600,000 to 700,000. I borrowed $1 million. If I want to just get it done with, I can take the 500,000, okay, from my 700,000 and just pay them back half of $1 million. Boom, half of the loan is already paid back. Okay. 2020 a farce, folly, while the flesh was all corrupted, but Noah, Genesis 6, 1-6, book of Enoch contained nano microchips. Yep, yeah. You want it. Yeah, that's real. Check out what Beloved just put in the chat. Okay. So now I done took 500,000 from the first month, paid them back half of $1 million. They gave me $1 million. Okay. I took 200,000 out of their money and paid them back up for 2 years. Now I done got me this income producing asset, a hotel that's generating me $1 million a month. Okay. And I didn't pay them back in the first month, 500,000. I'm already 700,000 that I have paid back. The following month, I give them their 300,000. Okay, I'm still left with 400,000, and all the rest is profit moving forward. You're completely paid back. Would you like to get 5 million? Sure, because now I can rinse, wash, and repeat the process. Thanks so much, government, for not only giving me property, giving me asset, but giving me passive income that will pay my generations well long after I'm gone. Thanks. I didn't have to use my money. This is what Uber did. This is what Netflix did. This is what Tesla did. This is what Amazon did. Facebook did. They all use other people's money. All of them. Every single last one of them. Let me close this out. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you. Okay. Amazon, let's start with them. Y'all put it in chat how much funding they received. It's circled for you. This is Amazon. How much money did they borrow? I'll let y'all see it over here too. Circled. Okay. How much money did Amazon borrow to become a $1 billion industry? It's right there on the screen. Can you imagine somebody borrowing $8.1 billion? Start a business. And now look at their business. Now look at their business. They use somebody else's money to make the money, and now look how much money they're making. Okay, let's go on over here to Mr. Elon Musk, the man who says, we don't even need money anymore. They're going to give it to us. Okay, let's see how much he borrowed. He borrowed $20.2 billion. That's how much he borrowed to start Tesla. I'm going to show y'all two more. Because y'all is the ones playing, not me. Y'all is the ones playing, not me. When I tell y'all, okay, that this is the move that you should be making, it's just for real. Okay? What about old Instagram? Let's see how much Instagram borrowed. $57.5 million. Instagram borrowed that to start Instagram. And look at Instagram now. Okay, let's come on right on over here. They owned by the same master, Mark Zuckerberg, that demon. Let's see how much Facebook had to borrow. $24.6 billion is how much funding. They had 54 investments totaling $24.6 billion. And now look at Meta. I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down, because I'm giving you real wealth secrets that these demons have used, okay, to get in the positions that they're in, and not only get in the positions that they are in, to use that money to try to control you and I. Now, I have, and I've said it, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be gone in 5 minutes or so. Won't take too much longer of your time, because I told you I want to keep it short, sweet, straight to the beat. I have been coming by here for days telling y'all, I don't care where your credit is at. You can get in where you fit in. Okay? You can learn how to first go get yourself some money, using their money. And not only that, how to help your cousins get money. I'm not talking about your blood cousins. I'm talking about your community. I'm talking about, your culture. I'm talking about your family is included in there, your relatives. Okay. I'm talking about the people that are not blood by blood. Okay. Maybe they blood by the spirit. Helping those that you are entrusted to help find money. And not only find money, but access and leverage their money. Play their same game right back. Why? Because we should be building arcs right now. We should be building God cities right now. We should be building our own ecosystem right now. Okay? And guess what? That's going to cost money. They're leveraging money and borrowing money to build and put things into place that is going to destroy us and destroy humanity. It's unbelievable that they've taken government contracts, which is the Americans' taxpayers' dollars, to be able to create weapons and all kind of stuff that will not aid in benefiting us, but aid in destroying us. This technology, these humanoid robots, contracts. I will go pull it up right now. How much money Elon Musk have just received from the Department of Defense contract to build these daggone robots that he just said will replace all of us. It's our taxpayers' dollars. And because that don't sit well with me, I don't mind telling their secrets. I'm a threat to them because I come out here and give y'all their information. But it's nothing that they can do. Why? Because I legally, legitimately paid for this information. Once it's mine, it's mine. I'm not selling a brand, okay? I'm not selling, taking their course and selling it directly to you. No, I know all their secrets. And one thing that I do know, if you can help people get money and find money, you will never, ever run out of it. And no, money does answer all things, but money is not all things, okay? I would rather have my peace in a payphone booth than to be dealing with debt collectors, and I just would rather. But because I cannot drink clean water without money, I cannot have a place to stay without money, I cannot wear clothing to cover myself without money, I can't even buy food and feed me and my family without it, then we need it, okay? And we only need it to do what we have been purposed to do. We're only needing it to be able to have what we should have. Some people don't feel like we should be building, but they don't know the scripture. Occupy until I come means to do business, to trade. Okay? I want you to go look that up. What does occupy till I come? What is the Greek meaning? Okay? Because that was written in Greek. What does occupy in the Greek means? Matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up while I'm talking. We can do it together. What does occupy until I come means in the Greek? This is for those that say, I'll just wait around and wait for God to deliver me. You probably going to bust hell open doing that. I'm just going to tell you, because he said, blessed is the man that I find working when I return, and cursive is the man that I find sleep during the harvest. That's what he said. I did it. I'm just giving you what the words say. Okay? But I want y'all to see this on the screen, because this is scripture. What does occupy until I come means in the Greek? That's what the New Testament was written in. In the original Greek of Luke 19:13, occupy comes from the word pragmatimio, like the same word we use pragmatic, pragmatimio, which means to do business, to engage in trade, or carry on a business. It is a verb indicating active engagement, productivity, and stewardship, instructing followers to actively work, invest their resources, and advance the kingdom of God until Yeshua returns. It means to make yourself busy with, to trade, to conduct business, or to engage in productive activity. Now, is we supposed to be sitting around waiting and twiddling our fingers? No. We're supposed to be building. Do we actually think God is going to allow the devil to outdo his people? Or the devil just going to come over and rule over the whole world? There's not going to be anybody, because everybody's going to have to receive the mark. It's not true. That's false. God got some people, and I'm one of them, that is going to build his cities. Cities of refuge, because everybody ain't going to go for that. And when they locked out of society, God always has a way of escape, and God always has a ram in the bush. You can get with this or you can get with that. And that's what type of time we're on, okay? We are taking the wealth of the wicked. Thank you. And you know how we taking it? We're going into their territory. We're not sitting back thinking God is a magician or thinking God is a genie. He's going to bring it to us. Nah. He said the wealth of the wicked is stored up. You got to go get it. Take it back. It's stored up for you. Who? The righteous. Occupy till I come. Be busy building, conducting business, trading. For those who hate the trade, who hate the word trade. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you're supposed to be busy, okay? It didn't say you're supposed to be employed till I come back. Say you're supposed to be investing. You're supposed to be occupying, conducting business. Parable of the talents. Man went away to a far country, left his servants in charge of all that he had. One went and took the 5 talents it was given and made it 10. The other one took, okay, the 2 talents, 3 talents, doubled that, and that 101 with that 1 talent sat on it, and was sent to hell because he sat on it. Said, you wicked and you lazy servant. He didn't just call him wicked, called him lazy. Today you going to burn in hell because you didn't give me a return on what I gave to you. We have a responsibility to not allow the enemy to downtrodden God's people, especially when it's in our power to do so. If you want to learn where to go get you some money, I got the whole entire framework blueprint available for you. Okay? If you learn how to first go get you some, then you can make some different kind of moves. Go buy you some land. Go buy you some gold. Go buy you some silver. Why? Those things are going up. Nobody seems to be paying attention to why gold is almost at $6,000 in 1 month. Nobody seems to be paying attention to why gold went from $25 to $120 in 1 month, because the dollar is losing its daggone value. And whenever the dollar loses its value, gold just be gold and silver just be silver. And land just be land. Do you know that gold, silver, and land are the three things that appreciate without you having to do anything to them? You can't add weight to it. Can't take away weight. It's not on the stock market. It doesn't matter if the stock market is up today and down tomorrow. It still carries its own. See, that's real wealth. So if money is the currency of the people for this day, I need to get as much money as I can to convert that into assets, because those appreciate without my hand, without work, without any of that being involved. If I just go buy a piece of property, some land, and I don't even put a lawnmower on that land, still going to appreciate. I can show you land that you can buy right now for $200 that's already valued at $1,800, $2,400. And all it is a piece of land. Gold and silver. See, 5 years ago, you can go buy you an ounce of gold for $300. Now, an ounce of gold, about that big, is $6,000. So a lot of people miss the gold rush. Don't miss the silver rush. Hello, somebody. Just a couple of months ago, you can go buy silver for $25. Now it's $120 something per ounce. You're going to need money to be able to buy gold and silver. How do you take the wealth back? You got to get in the game and play the game. You know how many people hoped and wished, and they still hoping and wishing all their life? Okay? They on their last leg still hoping and wishing that it's not going to work. Action takers are world changers. Action takers are history makers. And action takers are dominators. Period. I have the whole entire course, playbook, how you can come and learn on your own time. And learn within 30 days how to go get you some funding. Within 30 days. Where to go get some funding. Banks don't lend to people, they lend to profiles. How to make your credit. They don't care about the score. The score is not what they're looking for. You can have a 700 score with a bunch of late remarks, and they still wouldn't fund you at all. They have a 524 rule. They do not want you to have at least 5 open new accounts in the last 24 months. Automatic denial. See, most people don't know this. How to clean your profile up and get your profile fundable. That could be done in 30 days. I can show you literally how to go to a 700 in 2 weeks. Just by the plays. outside of the trade line. Hey, go add this on there, right there. They'll backdate this for 10 years, up to 10 years. Go add this account on there, okay, to get you to a 700 quickly, because we don't have a lot of time. You can get access to this. It's a course, pretty much, where you can take it and do it for yourself first, because that is what I always suggest. Once you do it for yourself first, you now have receipts called social proof. Hey, I can help you get this. Why? Because I've done this. May not be the same amount, but I can help you get funded. Why? Because I have the receipt that I did it for myself. And if I can do it for me, I can do it for anybody. So now I can help you get funded. And this is where you start paying yourself what you want to get paid, and not what somebody tell you that you're valued at. What about job soft inquiries? Job soft inquiries, those don't affect your credit. I mean, they do. Let me be very clear when I say that. They don't affect your credit in a sense that, it's going to affect your score. But it does affect your credit in the sense of whoever runs your credit and they see how many, times somebody ran your credit to get you approved for a house, or how many times somebody ran your credit to get you approved for a job, how many addresses you lived at. When they run you as a job inquiry, as a soft inquiry, it's going to pop up under your personal information. And most people don't know your personal information. Having that wrong or having too much of something on your personal information could lower your score by 100 points. If you just fix the personal information part on your credit report, your score go up 50 to 100 points guaranteed. When I say personal information, I'm sure some of y'all, if you have, looked at your report and it got your name misspelled. Some letters are capital, some letters are lowercase. One letter might be missing off your first name. Instead of your middle initial being a J, it's a G. That is done on purpose. That's misinformation on my personal information. On my driver's license or my ID, this is the way my name is spelled, and everything else has to be removed. Then they go put all these addresses. Okay, every address you didn't live at, every address you didn't work at, you didn't been employed by 10 employees. Listen, I am not employed by any of those. Therefore, it is illegal to have that reported on my credit report under my personal information. I am working at this one, or I'm not working at all. So I need you to clean that up, boss. And I only live at the address on my license. So any other address previous or prior to this address needs to be removed. I guarantee you, hands down, you will clean your credit report 50 to 100 points. Okay? And if you got a bunch of hard inquiries on your consumer report and you ain't got no open account with them needs to go too. That is a violation of your Consumer Law Act. I don't have an account, so for it to be sitting up here as a hard inquiry is absolutely wrong. It's illegitimate. It doesn't belong to me. Remove it. Just knowing the knowledge, okay? Just knowing the information could change your life. Right now, there are so many people looking for money. If you didn't do nothing else but just sold the course that you buy from me, you'd make your money back. You know how many people out here, it's income tax time. And even after their income tax is gone, they're going to be looking for some more money. Some people, and I used to be one of these type of people, get my income tax. I would be in a race with my own self to see if I could absolutely hold my income tax the longest. I think the longest I got with mine's holding it is about 3 months, literally. This is a most privy time for you to be able to get everything that you possibly can get and turn it into assets. Don't go seeking to get a lot of money. You just say, hey, I'm paper rich, and you asset broke. You're a dum-dum to do that. Because if they wanted to roll out that Dodd-Frank Act that Obama signed into law, they can go take all your money out the bank with your permission, without it. They don't care. You wouldn't know nothing about it until after it's done. Hey, you know what? We couldn't bail out the bank. Sorry, your money is not, the Federal Reserve is not going to recompensate you. The dollar is dead anyway. Here's a new system. It's universal basic income. People are going to be screwed. At least I will go buy me some land and say, hey, when y'all think that y'all gonna lock me out and not be able to feed me, I got seed growing in the ground. Got me some cabbage, got me some lettuce, got me some tomatoes, got me enough to make me a salad. Sure do. Enough to stay healthy. It ain't got no adjectives, no GHMOs. It ain't got nothing in it. Why? It's straight homegrown. From the dirt to my kitchen. What you mean? Nor do I ever have to worry about rent. You ain't evicting nobody. I would go put me an RV or a camper on my dirt. That is my house. This is my land. This is my territory. Paid in full. Owned outright. You don't get to tell me that I can't rent from you because I won't take this or take that. No. I got my own stuff. Therefore, I don't need yours. And while you think you locking me out of a system, I was over here creating me a community where we can barter together. Hey, you got milk? Yeah, I got milk. I got rice. You want to trade? Yeah, let's trade. It's called bartering. You ain't going to be able to barter by yourself. You're going to need a community. Hello, somebody. So what I have is the total, completely do-it-yourself opportunity. It's a course. It's really not even a course, to be honest with you. You can knock it out like in a day. It's just following info. Hey, it's just game upon game upon game. How to go and at least get you $250,000 in the next 30 days. I have that available for $197, only for 5 people. Okay? Then I'm gonna put it back to $997. You want to know how Dr. T pay herself $10,000, $15,000, whatever I want to charge for helping people get access to capital? I don't care where their credit score is at. Partnering with tax professionals, partnering with realtors. If they get denied, I can actually help them boost their score and get them approved. Get them from start to close in 30 days. Send them my way. I'm going to be your plug, okay? I'll give you 10%. Making partnerships, connections. I'm not even doing no heavy lifting. Now I got people calling, hey, you know what? Renee referred me to you. Oh, okay, cool. What's up? I'm trying to get my score up so I can get this loan. I'm trying to get my score. Okay, I got the perfect thing for you, okay? Boom. You need me to do it for you? I got a done for you option. Okay, well, how fast do you? Okay, you just need a 100-point increase. Let me throw this trade line on there for you. And then when you finish and you close on your house and you want to furnish it, that day that you close, hit me back up so I can go get you funded. I'll charge 10% for that. I'll go get them $250,000 in funding. That's a $25,000 per person, per client payout. I'm going to take that $25,000. I'll go buy me some land. Some more land. Oh, gold, $6,000 bet. Let me get 2 ounces. Don't play with me. Do not play with me. So for $197, okay? And I'm going to make this very clear. Only on this live today and tomorrow will I ever offer any of the discounts. I promise myself and I vow to myself I'm not doing it. I don't care what people got going on because they can go out and pay full price to them other people. Bet you ain't going to Apple and Apple can give 2 francs about you having a discount, okay? Buy one, get one free is not a discount. By the time you finish paying on that one device, you can pay for both of them. literally. Buy one, get one free out the door, meaning you still got monthly payments, okay? And that phone costs $1,200, $1,300, $1,600. You know, you can get out of the door with it for free, no taxes. But free ain't really free. You're going to pay us back in the end. For $197, you can actually have access to a play that will change your whole entire life. And it will change it fast. That's for sure. I said within 30 days, you can go get you some funding. In 30 days. Okay? $197. And last but never least, I did open up a few spots because of the overwhelming, hey, help me, don't let me, leave me behind, all the drama. Okay? I'm not going to get even into it. I'm just going to say I open up a few spots. We start in 2 days. So like I said, you have this day. And if I decide to offer it on the next day, those are the last days. If I ever come out and do another cohort as such and help you go get $250,000 first, and then give you access to the system and the softwares where you can automate the whole entire process to help other people get funded. Okay. And then go over all things marketing so that you drive people to your product or your services without ever showing your face. Okay. We'll help you do that. This is where you either help you draw up your contracts, help you start up your merchant accounts because you're going to need one. Okay. Help you do the whole 9 yards, get you set up for success. Get that $250,000. Now we're going after other people. And I give you your first client. I already have them lined up. And I give you your first client. So you get the mentorship. You get it done with you. Not to do it yourself, by your lonely, and not done for you, but do it with you. Let me show you step by step what to do. Put this right here. Plug that in right here, okay? We're going to go ahead and submit this right here. This is what you're going to use as projected, okay? Not only am I going to show you just how to go get loans, I'm going to show you how to go get free money. How every month you can use one AI tool to submit for free money. Grants. Don't have to be paid back. Don't go off of your credit score. None of that. I'm also going to show you how to use a business plan with no business, no EIN, no LLC. A business plan to go access funding. Okay? I'm going to show you multiple ways to buy land. And not only buy land, but have them pay for it. Pay for the land and the construction by giving you a loan that you don't have to pay back. Because you're building the right type of infrastructure. That's all it is about. And then we can go ahead and play the tax game and live tax free because I invested into real estate. Not only that, I invested into Dr. Tawana's mentorships, and those are all tax deductions. Mighty funny, you don't get a tax deduction for going to college. But you do get a tax deduction for investing in your online education or any type of education where you are improving the quality of your life and the quality of your financial forecast. They love that. If you learn how to play the game, you'll win the game. So I open up a few spots and only a few. Okay? The investment is a $997 before I make it $10,000. I'm even thinking about making it $25,000 if I'm guaranteeing you $250,000 in 30 days. And telling you within 3 days you can have 50,000 by using the fintech play. Okay? You don't have anything to lose. You follow everything that I tell you, you do everything that I tell you, and you don't get you no access to no $250,000, you'll get your money back. I'm that confident. I'm that confident. And I will not come out here and tell y'all, hey, red alert, let's go. No, I pulled this out of the vault. I don't do this. I pulled it out of the vault so I can help you get into a position that you should be in supernaturally fast, expeditedly fast. Okay? That's it, and that's all that it's about. Helping you get to where you need to get to. If you cannot invest $997, just be honest. You are not ready for even $10,000, yet alone $250,000. You will know what to do with yourself. You squat off all your money and fool it off. $997 is a very small investment in comparison to what is on the other side, on the receiving end. And I can't take everybody with me. But the ones that I do take, I'm going to over pour, over serve. I'm going to make sure you 1,000% together. I've showed y'all way too many receipts. Way too many receipts. Where I help myself first, my own receipts, and where I have helped others. Go ahead and go after large sums of funding. You can go do your own research. Just go to Facebook. Type in Tawana World's funding. Type in Tawana World's 25K. Type in Tawana World's Joshua Braham. You can type in whatever you want to. There are lots of receipts. Okay? Lots of them. I heard college was once free. Never. Taxpayers' dollars. It ain't never been free. Why? Because they came up with a system that they can get paid. It's free to a certain extent. Felt like I had to sneeze. Ooh. But no, it ain't never been free. If they wanted us to have this abundant agape, we would have been and had it. Okay, they don't want us to have it. It is an illusion. Work until you die. Work. Sound like Rihanna. Work. That's it. Work until you die. You will own nothing and you will be happy. Bottom line, that is their agenda. Okay? As I said, I have a couple spots available that I opened up because I said 5 people, all 5 spots are filled. I said 5 people and that was it, and all 5 spots are filled. Then y'all start acting crazy and inboxing me and emailing me. And honestly, because these money hungry vipers is starting to put, storage limitations on your emails. If y'all have emailed me in the last, I don't even know when, okay, and you haven't heard from me, that's why. Just found that out looking for another email earlier today from someone else. But it is fixed. I can receive emails, okay? I want y'all to know that everything that you need is on the other side. Everything that you need is on the other side. You just need somebody to show you how to get there, okay? So I'm not going to sit here and prime you and massage you and all of that stuff, okay? I want y'all, all of us, to take a hard reality, a look in the mirror. If we don't have $197 to invest in something that will help us make more money, make our life more peaceful, because we ain't got people sweating us about bills and all of this stuff. All of that is taken care of. And I can actually go and get me a hold of some funding. Don't have a spouse. Go get him some too. That's double. Don't have no adult children. Go get them some too. Put mama on, put auntie on, okay? You can put everybody in your family on. Now y'all all got enough. Now you ain't got to worry about them coming over here asking you for yours and eating up all your resources. Y'all can come together, buy a whole complete street and build a compound on it. At least me, my mama, my aunties, uncles, we're going to be here together riding for each other in case you don't want to build with nobody else, okay? But I know whenever I'm sent, it's on purpose and it's for a particular person or particular people. And I showed up. If you are one of those few and you are ready to go, okay, I'm going to shut it down. I would have to get you the access, get you approved into the community. I would have to do all of that. And we start literally in 2 days. Okay. So if you are interested in learning how to actually go get you access to $250,000, and I need y'all to hear me. I need y'all to hear me. It ain't hard. It's just something you ain't never did, something you don't know. Excuse me. I had to cough and sneeze. It's not hard. It can be done like that. Okay. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. $197 if you want to do it yourself. Step by step laid out for you. You can actually go and put everybody in your household on. Everybody in your family on. Okay. You can actually take it and sell what I have gave you the option to buy into. It's yours. Who cares if you didn't create it? Oh, well, you can sell it. You have my permission to do so. Or if you one of the few, I'll definitely want to see you in the mentorship. There's some great things that I am not able at liberty. I gave you what it all entails, but there's so many great things, so much valuable information that you will learn. Just the information that you will learn, okay, will be far greater than what you ever invested to learn the information. Just the information alone, the connections to bank reps, okay, which banks, all of that, okay, all of that. I give you access to all of that. So if you are one of the few, and the few is like 3, just to be clear. If you one of the few, it's first come, first serve. Don't let the spots fill up like the 5 filled up. And y'all was like, oh man, I don't know if I wanted to go. I really can't help you. I don't owe anybody any affordability. I owe you nothing but to love you. That's it. When it comes to business and kingdom work, that has nothing, that's not intermixed with anything, intertwined with anything. It is exactly what it is. And I am doing the work of my Father by allowing you to get access to a discount. You take it or leave it. Bless you too, beloved. I love y'all. Instagram family. Okay. If you are interested, let me go ahead and put the information of the platforms that I will only receive payment on. I'm not using any of the other stripes. I'm not using any of that. Okay. They played with my money one too many times. And that is it. And that is all. Hello, somebody. Y'all already know the story, so I don't even got to rehearse it. Ain't nobody giving y'all no free money to hold in y'all reserves, and we don't ever really see them. We don't know nothing about your reserve. Time is up. Y'all have gotten enough of our resources. You have gotten enough of our labor. You have gotten enough of our mind, our time. You have gotten just too much now at this point. So we're good. If you are one of the few, the information is on the screen. All my contact information. Don't use no other information outside of the information that I post on my pages. Is also in the description of the video. If you just click on see more, you'll see every program and what type of discounted price I have offered you, as well as payment information, which you have to include your email. If you don't include your email, I can't get to you. I can't give you access. And if you are thinking about, or you know for sure, I'm for certain one of the ones that God opened up this door and did not let it pass me by, then you need to hurry up and lock it in. Why? Because then I have to send you out information. It could be, a hard time for you to get in. Now we meet and you done missed out. We go together. We do it together. Okay? And we don't leave a man or a woman behind unless you want to be left behind. Simple as that. Instagram cousins, because you can't see what they see, go ahead and hit the DM. I will send you the information if you over here. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing popping in just a few days. We're going to go in legally, and take back what rightfully belongs to us from these banks. All right, with that being said, I love y'all. And until the next time, stay in peace so you don't end up in pieces. Mwah.